Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to another yoga class. And if I haven't met you before, my name is Sarah. Today's class is going to be relatively short, but we're working up into a couple of simple back bends. A lot of our life in the modern day, it's very forward bending. You know, we look over technology, we look over, typing, and, anytime that we feel a little bit lower on energy, sometimes we curl in as well. And so these back bends are designed to kind of open, to uplift, to kind of reshift the energy. So we're going to actually just get straight into it. So find your way into a tabletop position. Going to bring the knees underneath the hips and then the hands underneath the shoulders. Start to just take a little shift from side to side with the hips. And then we'll breathe and move through a couple of cat and cow. So as we inhale, drop the belly, try lift the eye gaze, draw the tailbone high towards the sky. And then as we exhale, can you press away from the ground, draw the belly button towards the spine, finding an arch through the back. Let's try a couple more breaths in your own time. So inhaling to open, starting to expand and lift. Exhaling round, drawing in, curling. Maybe you add on a few breaths as we move. So maybe moving the ribs in one direction, kind of making a circular motion, kind of in like you were in a tumble dryer or a washing machine. Just take a couple more breaths. Feeling sensations in the body, where can you feel them today? Connecting our breath with our movement. And then when you're ready, just find a still spine. We're going to walk the hands forward, take a big breath in, start to shift the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, lower the hips down towards the ground, elbows come down as well. We're finding our Sphinx pose. So elbows come underneath the shoulders, hands come wide. This is part of our animal series for August. So we're going to be working into our Salamba Bhujangasana, which is our Sphinx pose, our supported cobra. We've got our cobra. We'll also be working into our Ustrasana, our camel pose. Take a big breath in, try press away from the ground. Exhale, imagine like the elbows were trying to pull back towards the ribs, drawing the shoulders down the spine. You're squeezing the glutes slightly and find a little lift of the belly button here. So we're not completely dumping into our lower back and curving through the spine. We want to find a little bit more activeness, a little bit more press. Let's try one more big breath in. Exhale through the nose. We're going to find a couple of cat and cows, but on our forearms. So breathe in, open the heart. Exhale, press up onto the knees, kneeling plank, but curve the upper back towards the sky. Inhale, drop the hips down, open. Exhale, curl and round. Protract the shoulder blades away from each other. A couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try one more. Inhale, pull the heart space through. Exhale, press up and lift. Well done. Roll yourself down onto your belly. Extend the arms out wide. Start to bend your right knee. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, start to roll the right toes towards the left hand. Okay, it's very likely that it's not going to touch, and that's okay. Come back through center. Let's swap it out. So breathe in as the left foot lifts. As you exhale, start to press away with the left hand as you revolve the left foot towards the right hand. Big twist through the spine. Let's try a couple more in our own times. So we're starting to bend through the thoracic spine and twist, which is the biggest part of our spine as well. And then we have our lumbar spine, which is our lower spine. And there's less rotation here, a little bit less ability to move. So we just want to be really careful here. Let's try one more each side. Again, just noticing where you may feel this today. Is it along the back side of the body? Maybe it's the front side of the body. Maybe it's the hips. come back through center. Hands come by the ribs. Breathe in as you press up onto your knees. As you exhale, can you travel your hips back into a balasana, child's pose, dropping the hips back over the heels, trying to press some weight down onto the legs, maybe even grounding the forehead towards the earth. And it's important that wherever we move our spine, we want to make sure we balance it. So finding moments of going inwards to find neutral. Start to walk your hands back. Lift yourself up onto your knees. We're going to have a go with our baby Ustrasana, a smaller version of our Ustrasana. Make sure that the knees are underneath the hips and they're not too far out over, because we want the hips to be neutrally rotated or even internally rotated. Okay, that's going to open through the front of the legs. Hands come behind the hips. I like to have my fingers down, but feel free to have the fingers out, or if there's another way that feels good. Try take a big breath in. Find the lift all through the spine, so through the crown of the head, and then as you exhale, squeeze the glutes, little lean forward. We kind of want the motion to go up and then back rather than just forward and back, just like our Sphinx pose. Elbows tuck in a bit. Take one more breath here. Let's find our way back through center. Shift the weight into the left knee. Start to pick up the right knee. Breathe in. Maybe the hands come out to the side for a little bit of a balance challenge. Exhale, right foot comes down, finding a kneeling lunge position. Feel free to have the hands on the ground here. You could walk up so that your hands are stacked over your thighs, pressing some weight down into your hands. If you want to try a full Anjaneyasana, breathe in and lift the arms up. And then as you exhale, can you start to tip the arms back a bit more, sliding the shoulders down the spine, opening through the heart. Inhale, neutralize the spine a bit, hands straight up overhead. As we exhale, let's open the elbows wide. Let's try that one more time. Inhale to lift, scoop the belly in. Exhale, open. Bring the hands through heart center, breathe in. As you exhale, let's see if we can hook the left elbow over the right thigh, twisting our heart space over towards the right. Options here, you can bring the left hand down, right hand up. If you want it a little bit more, I actually find this a little bit easier if you tuck onto the left toes and lift the left knee off. That gives me a bit more space in the hips to drop the left hip down ever so slightly. Take a big breath in. Exhale, press through the hands, press the elbow into the leg. Bring yourself towards the left hand towards the ground, left knee towards the ground. Swing your right foot back until it meets the back of the mat. Vashisthasana, side plank. Take a big breath in. Try lift the hips, drop the right hand towards the front of the mat. Exhale, lower the hips down, scoop the left knee in front until you find a Janushasana position. So left foot towards the inner thigh. Breathe in, find a little bit more length. Exhale, fold over your front leg, tuck the chin in a bit more. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Walk yourself back through center. Left hand is going to plant down towards the ground. Breathe in, lift the hips, reach the right hand towards the front, and then you might exhale and open the heart space towards the sky. Squeeze the glutes, reach the right hand as far away as you can. Then bring the right hand towards the ground. Tuck onto both toes, find yourself into a plank position. Breathe in as you shift the weight forward, press away from the ground. Exhale, Chaturanga, bend the elbows close towards the body. Come down onto your belly. Spinal Sphinx pose again. Elbows underneath the shoulders, hands come out in front. Spread the fingertips wide. You're pressing through the knuckles and through the fingertips to find a bit more traction, a bit more engagement through the arms here. Take a big breath in. Lift high. Exhale, pull the elbows back. Squeeze the glutes. Hands come by the ribs. Breathe in as you press up onto your knees. Exhale, travel the hips back. Send the hands forward. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose, or maybe even the mouth. We're going to try that on the other side. So start to walk your hands back. We're going to find our way up onto our knees. Again, let's try Ustrasana. Remember to make it slow. Knees under hips, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze the glutes. Slight press of the hips forward. Because this video is quite short, we probably don't want to go into a full variation here. Take one more breath. Come back through center. Shift the weight into the right knee. Start to take the hands out wide, lift the left knee high, breathe in. Maybe even lift the left foot off the ground, and then exhale as you set the left foot forward. Try drop the hips towards the ground. Hands come maybe to frame out the front foot, or if you wanted to, left hand or hands can come up towards the left thigh. So we're opening through the right hip flexor here, the psoas, which is that big muscle that attaches the lumbar spine to the pelvis. We can get very tight from being hunched over quite a bit and not doing much movement. You can stay here. Maybe you breathe in and sweep the arms up high. Exhale, maybe baby back bend here, drawing the shoulders down. Inhale, find a bit more neutral, lift up through the belly. Exhale, open the elbows wide. Let's try that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe a little lean back. Come back through center. Maybe the right hand comes down, left hand comes high, or press the palms together, elbows come wide. Try to hook the right elbow over the left thigh. Maybe the right toes tuck and the right knee comes off the ground. Try breathe in, find a little bit more length here. As you exhale, press the elbow into the leg, revolve the heart space open towards the left. One more breath. Turn towards the ground, right hand comes down, right knee comes down. Breathe in as you draw the left foot towards the back of the mat. Make sure you turn the right toes so it meets the side. Exhale, side bend, Vashisthasana, side plank. Start to lower the hips down towards the ground. Scoop the right knee forward slightly until we face the back of our mat. So left leg is long here, right knee is bent. Breathe in, try to lift up a little bit taller. Exhale, fold over your front leg. Well, now your back leg. Try one more breath here. And then when you're ready, start to walk your hands back. Place the right hand down towards the front of the mat. Breathe in, sweep the left hand high, draw the left toes down. Exhale, maybe start to open the heart space towards the sky. Squeeze in the glutes, opening through the side body. And start to look down towards the ground. Place the hands shoulder width distance, tuck onto the toes, lift the knees off, breathe in. Exhale, shift the weight forward, chaturanga, come down onto your belly. Sphinx pose, Salamba, Bhujangasana, supported cobra pose. Now you can stay here if you're feeling pretty good. See if you can start to press through the hands, maybe lifting the elbows off the ground. Try draw the ribs in slightly so we're not again flaring through the ribs or letting the bend come from the lumbar spine. If this feels okay, maybe you walk the hands in just a step. Then maybe a little bit more. Breathing into any intensity that you might be experiencing. Trying to scoop the insides of the elbows through and forward towards the front of the mat. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, drawing the shoulders down the spine. Roll yourself down onto your belly. Hands come by the ribs. Breathe in as you press yourself back up onto your knees. Exhale, Balasana, child's pose. Tuck the chin in. We are going to have a little practice with our Ustrasana one more time. I will provide options if you felt comfortable about going a little bit deeper. Walk your hands back. Start to lift up onto your knees. Okay, next kind of stepping points if you want to is to tuck onto the toes, and then maybe one hand comes down, one hand comes up. And we've got a little twist going on. Maybe both hands come down. whatever feels good for you. Otherwise, hands on the hips. Try to breathe in as you lift. As you exhale, draw the shoulders down the spine, squeeze the glutes, engage through the back body. And then maybe you switch sides if you're on your one hand, breathing in, exhaling. And then when you're ready, just slowly rolling down the spine, coming into a seat, letting your spine neutralize for a moment. So again, it's really important that we find opposites, that we find open and we find closed, and that's going to allow us to find a balanced spine, which will balance our mind, balance our heart and our energy. I thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you've got any questions about the practice, let me know. If there's anything that you'd like to see, let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Much love to you.